Hi loves, welcome to my channel. So here I'm gonna go ahead and do another quick freestyle on one of my clients. She was undecisive on what she wanted. It was either between whites and pink, so we ended up just going with this pink that I just had bought in from Religion Nail Supplies. And well, I just hope you guys enjoy it. I do get out of focus quite often in this video as I am still learning how to record, but I hope you guys enjoy it. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Also hit the notification button on the bottom so you guys can get notified for whenever I do upload a new video. So here I have already pushed back the cuticle with my cuticle pusher, and I'm going to go ahead and go in with my sanding band and my Scarlet Melody Susie drill. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure I'm going around the cuticle area and going back and forth, making sure that I take off that shiny layer on our nails, which is basically oils that our body produces. We want to make sure that we take out all of that shininess of the nails to make sure that our nails are going to adhere better and we're not going to get any lifting. Also, make sure that you don't leave your drill too long at one spot because that can cause burning. It's going to cause you to burn your client, and it really does hurt. So like I said, make sure that you're going around the cuticle and going back and forth, just taking off that shiny layer, and you're not basically taking off any type of thickness from the nail. Here I'm going to go ahead and also go in with my cuticle nippers. I don't really cut cuticles much, but if they ask me for it, or if I see that the cuticle is in the way of me applying my acrylic, I will cut it. So like that, whenever I am finished, it's going to look flawless. It's going to look nice and flushed, and you don't want any type of harsh cuticle, you know, in your pictures. So just be careful when you are cutting cuticles. You do not want to cut your client. Be extra careful and go as slow as you can, just making sure that you're not gonna, you know, cut them. Also, you're gonna go ahead and see me use my brush and my alcohol quite often. I like to use the brush and the alcohol to actually dehydrate the nail and also disinfect the nails as well, because when I am going in with my primer or my glue, I do not want to contaminate it. I don't want anything flowing inside my primer, because you know that can cause bacteria, fungus, and all of that stuff. So you want to always make sure that you have a brush there and alcohol or something to go ahead and make sure you're basically sanitizing, disinfecting, and doing all of those extra steps just to make sure that your client is clean, and making sure that your next client is not going to get infected with any type of disease or fungus. So here basically I'm going to go in with my pre-shaped tips. And these nail tips are from Secret Addiction, and they are pre-shaped coffin tips. So I'm just going to go ahead and making sure that I'm sizing them correctly and making sure that they are not too big or not too small. If I can't find a correct size for the nail, I actually like to go one size up and file it like I am doing here, just to make sure that it's not going to cause lifting or it's going to pop out in the future if I do go with a smaller size. So always go a size up, if anything, and file the sides just so it can fit your client best. This is the reason why you see me in the video moving her finger from side to side, because I'm trying to make sure that the nail tip does fit her from sidewall to sidewall. So like I said, you do not want anything smaller than her natural nail or anything much more bigger unless you're going to file it down. Here I have already finished sizing both hands, and I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my nail cutters, which I did purchase from Religion Nail Supply. I can go ahead and leave the link down below in the description. And basically I like to size my nails with a nail card that I make from Nail Forms, but at the moment I could not find it. It wasn't in my possession, so I just go ahead and size them one with each other. So making sure that all of them are basically the same size. And she did want a coffin shape, so I did not have to file much, but I will go in with my file on the sides, making sure that some of the nails that were bigger, I do file them down. And I'm gonna go ahead and blend out my tip as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys finish watching this, and I will be back. So here I'm going to go ahead and use my nail drawer once again, and I'm going to go ahead and blend out the tips as best as I can. This is going to help with the smooth application, and you're not going to have any bumps there trying to cover up the line from where the tip meets the natural nail. So always make sure that you try to blend this out as best as you can. A lot of people don't do this, but this is just a step that I like to take, an extra step that I like to take, just to make sure that I'm gonna have a smooth application, and I'm not gonna have to be there like basically packing on product. So I'm also going to go in with my alcohol once again and making sure that I'm brushing every single one of the nails, so like that, like I said, I am not going to get anything contaminated inside my primer. Any little dust can contaminate your primer, so always make sure, like I said, to brush as much as you can with alcohol. It's also going to basically be used as a dehydrator. So, you know, this is just an extra step I like to take. You will see me do this quite often in this video. But here it is. And I'm also using the Valentino Bond. So I've just started using it. So far I'm liking it. I haven't had any issues with it. But before I was using my Young Nails one. And I always loved that one, but I just feel like it was way too small for what you were paying. So I ended up going for my for the Valentino, and so far I'm liking it. It's only been a month, but I will keep you guys updated and see how that goes for me. So here I'm also going in with just a thin layer of clear acrylic and monomer. Basically my monomer is from Nail Couture, and my clear acrylic is from Mia Secret. So I'm also going to go in with Loli, I think it's called Luli, from Religion Nail Supply. And always make sure that you do leave a thin layer of clear acrylic before you start your application. This is also gonna help you for whenever they do come in for a fill, if you guys do fills. And if you guys don't, this is basically, for me, I feel like it adheres better to the nail. Instead of using the pigment straight onto the nail itself, it does adhere better if you do have a clear coat on the bottom. This is just something that I like to do to make sure that the nails are going to stay on my clients for as long as they can. And I'm not going to get they're not going to get lifting within a week or so. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave you guys here with the rest of the video. I will be back to explain the filing and the steps on how I actually do also my 3D flowers. I hope you guys enjoy. Please also don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. So I always get asked how I do my marbles, and I'm going to go ahead and show you here. First, I always like to do one thin layer of the base color, the main color that I am going to marble. So I do just a thin layer, even if it's see-through, just like that. When I am swirling my colors around, I am not going to have anything, you know, coming through the nails, being see-through, if you know what I mean. Basically I also like to grab one bead of each color. Say if I'm doing like the white, the light pink, and the dark pink, I will do that and then swirl the colors around and then go back up, so like that they look like they're actually going one way together. And then I also like to add a little bit of glitter acrylic, so like that it does look like another dimension. I sometimes do my marbles with clear, and sometimes I just do them with the basic color and then the white and glitter. So it's just so many different ways that you can actually marble your colors. There's certain techniques that you can also do. different techniques that you can also do. This is just the way that I like to mainly do my acrylics, but you will see me in some other videos doing it a different way. I also like to encapsulate everything that I do most of the time, unless if they are cover colors, then I do not encapsulate. But my marbles, my ombres, and my glitters, and my harsh colors like blacks, reds, blues, purples, basically all the pigmented colors I do encapsulate, as you are seeing me do now. I am sorry that I am out of focus. Like I said, I am barely learning how to get my camera right. I'm still looking for a perfect angle. So until I get that down right, I hope you guys don't mind and enjoy the rest of the video. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys to it, and I will be back in a second. So here I'm going to go ahead and go in with my 8080 grit file, and I'm going to go ahead and file the edges, basically just to sharpen up the shape as well. Also, when you are using these files, always make sure to buff out the corners, the edges of the file, because you can cut your client. It doesn't matter how sensitive or how thick their skin is. These are very sharp. They are coarse, basically like an extra coarse, because they are 8080 grit. So I would be very careful as you're using these files. Like I said, I like to push back their skin, making sure that that there's no acrylic stuck there, and I also turn the hand around so like that I can see from the client's angle, and making sure that it's basically straight, making sure that my shape is sharp. Since I do use my pre-shaped tips, I have very little filing, if any at all. So this is the reason why I love pre-shaped tips. I do use the ones from Nail Addiction right now at the moment, but I also like to use the ones from Not Polish. They are stiletto, but you can cut them. Once you cut them, they will be coffin. If you want a tapered square, obviously you're gonna have to cut them a little bit more shorter and double tip them. So basically here I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my e-file and my 5-in-1 drill bit. I highly recommend this drill bit. I did get this one from my local nail supply store, Religion Nail Supply here in Houston. I highly recommend it. You can get really close into the cuticle and seal it in without cutting your client. I love to use this drill bit all around the cuticle area and down the sides, to making sure if I have any lumps and bumps, it's gonna basically even it out. Also here I'm going in with my sanding band. And I like to use my fine sanding band to buff out my nails. I like to be able to use it around my cuticle area, making sure that I'm sealing it in and I don't have any lumps and bumps anywhere. I'm smoothing out the nail at the same time. I do not like to use a sanding block most of the time, because, you know, it's just an extra step that you have to take. And for me, I feel like the sanding band does just as good of a job, and it actually helps me get into the cuticle area without harming my client, and making sure that it's really nice and flush and smooth. This is just an extra step that I like to take. You know, a lot of people use the sanding blocks, and if that works for you, that is, you know, amazing. But for me, I just feel like it's much more easier just to use the sanding band itself. I'm going to go ahead and also turn the hand around, making sure that I'm able to see her hand from her point of view, and I'm just going to go ahead and sharpen up the shape, and I will be back with you in just a second. I've already sprayed her hand with alcohol once again and brushed off any of that dust, making sure that I'm not going to get anything in my top coat or in my brush. So I always like to clean out the edges after also, because you do not want to mess up your perfectly good shape that you have done with the gel. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys finish watching this video. I also want to let you guys know that I do have a promo code with McCart, and it is Nailz by Jay-Z 15. So like that, if you guys are interested in purchasing anything from them, you will get money off. They are a very amazing brand. I did get most of my stuff from them in the beginning when I did start my nail journey. So if you know you're looking for anything or anything in particular that you want to know where I got from, please don't hesitate in asking me, and I will gladly help you. Just go ahead and leave a comment down below, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. So here I'm just using my top coat. It is from Elixir, and so far I have been loving this top coat, to be honest. I was using the coupe at first, but I feel like it just kept dimming out on me. So for me, the Elixir is thick. It's nice and thick. So it does, you know, give you that extra shine. and I'm gonna go ahead and just leave you guys to it. To, you know, hope you guys enjoy. Please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and please forgive me if I keep coming out of focus, and just bear with me. I'm hoping to get better at this soon, and I honestly hope to see you in my next video. Please don't forget to also follow me on Instagram at Nailz by JC. Much love and kisses. Bye.
Each day, and this makes me sad.